Alright, guys. It is Friday, July 21st, 2023 at 6:27 p.m. Alright, let's take a look quickly here. We have a Bible verse from dailyverses.net. It says, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Mark 11:24. Alright, guys, let's start by going through Space River News on YouTube, the community tab. We have a whole bunch of news happening. Apparently, the U.S. Marines and warships are set to deploy in the Middle East. So the U.S. Marines deploying to the Middle East. Check that out. Alright, as well as red alert, Putin warns Poland. Alright, so Putin is warning Poland. Let's take a look at the article. See if I can show. It says on the border with Poland, Wagner, according to the Surovikin plan, Russian and Polish soldiers face off face to face. Let's take a look at this story. It says green light, Putin to Wagner to start operations. Western Poland was a gift. Oh, goodness gracious, this thing isn't even gonna load. Let me redo it. Hate when that happens. Advertisements. Anyways, apparently Russia and Poland are not seeing eye to eye. Poland wants to take part of Ukraine as well as take part of another country. It starts with a B. I forgot the name of the country, but Poland and Russia are not seeing eye to eye. Alright, waiting for it to translate to English. Still in Greek. Waiting for it to load up. Alright, sorry about this, guys. It's taking so long, but this thing takes forever to translate from Greek to English. Alright, it says ugly developments as Polish, Ukrainian, Belarusian, I would start with a B. The Belarusian border are foreshadowed by the extremely bellicose systems of Vladimir Putin, which they have the green light to Wagner's forces for military operations. The president of Russia immediately after the speech of the two founders of Wagner and Utkin sent an ultimatum to Poland of non-involvement in what is coming. These are preparatory statements of Wagner military operations. The Poles seem to forget that the Western Poland was Stalin's gift to the Poles. Soon we will remind them in an appropriate way, stressed Vladimir Putin. In fact, Putin's statements were broadcast by Russian state television at the start of an online meeting with the Security Council. So Putin is pretty much threatening the Polish, and that does not seem very good. Alright, also in the Atlantic, here's the storm that we're keeping an eye on, off the Caribbean, above South America, coming off the coast of Africa. Here is the storm. 60% chance of development right now. Let's take a look at some of these models. The storm has a 60% chance of development, and here are some of the tracking models showing where it could possibly go. It could dip down more and go below Puerto Rico and below Dominican Republic, but we will keep an eye out to see the exact path it will take. Those are just models, not knowing exactly the intensity guidance of it yet. Here is Invest 95L model intensity guidance. It could stay a tropical storm. It could reach up to even a category 4. Some of these models are showing. One is showing category 3. A couple are showing category 2. One is showing a couple of category 1s. The majority are staying in tropical storm range. So we don't know how large this storm will actually get. Alright, here it is right here. Disturbance 1 with 60% chance of cyclone formation in 7 days in the central Atlantic. A small area of low pressure located several hundred miles west-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands is producing an area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms over the central tropical Atlantic. Although there is dry air located to the north of the system, favorable upper-level winds are expected to allow for gradual development during the next several days. The system could become a tropical depression early next week as it moves westward across the tropical Atlantic. It has a formation chance through 48 hours of medium of 40%, but a formation chance through 7 days of 60%. And then we have Dawn right here. I'll show you that in a minute. Here's Dawn. Dawn is forecasted to stay a storm all the way till Monday, 2 a.m., but then will become a depression by 2 p.m. on Monday, up away from land in the northern Atlantic. Alright, so Dawn is staying pretty much out of trouble, out of the way. Alright. Here are the temperatures for the Atlantic and the Gulf. We have 82s by Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, 84, 86 by Cuba. In the Gulf, we have 88, 87, 88 degrees, pretty warm. And by the Bahamas, we have 86, 84. Off of Florida, 86 and 83. And off of North Carolina, 83 and 82 degrees. So it is very warm water. So if a storm system does get into either the Atlantic or the Gulf, it pretty much could spin up a hurricane or a storm. So please be weather aware, start getting prepared, the things you need for possible hurricane season being very active. So we are all coming into the hurricane season. Alright, so we have this disturbance, 40% chance in the Atlantic. We got Dawn. Let's take a look at the Eastern Pacific. We have 4E, Tropical Depression 4E, with 35 mile per hour winds, 1007 millibar central pressure, located 15.8 north, 124.9 west, movement west-northwest at 12 knots or 14 miles an hour. So it's moving towards the Hawaiian region, as you see here, Hawaii right here in the middle, and 4E right there. So it's moving in this direction, the west. Alright guys, so it's moving west-northwest at 14 miles an hour. So it's moving pretty slowly. But that is what we have. We have something in the Eastern Pacific, two systems being observed in the Atlantic. We got Dawn, and then we have Disturbance 1. Alright. Let's take a look now. I think it was at Mike's weather page. On the bottom of Mike's weather page, it shows a little map that shows what's coming off of Africa. Let's take a look at that. Alright, so this is what's coming off of Africa. Couple of storms, one on the coast and one in the water. And then a couple more storms in the middle of the country. But that's pretty much what we have coming out of Africa. So that could mean more possible storms developing in the Atlantic. Alright guys, let's take a look at one story that I found quite interesting. Just months after Biden appointed regulators on a ban of gas stoves. So they were trying to ban gas stoves. Everybody was having a whole being upset about that. He is working to enact a rule that would prohibit the manufacturing of nearly all portable gas generators on the U.S. market. Not just gas stoves, Biden administration rule would outlaw nearly all portable gas generators. Guys, that would mean that any hospital that has generators that they need to, in case of an emergency, have power for the hospital, it would be gone. That means that those people would definitely be in trouble if they needed power and they were in life support machines. So this is very, very intriguing and very upsetting as well, because there's so many people that rely on generators during hurricane season, or in case they go camping and they don't have any power, they rely on generators. So now the possibility of the Biden administration rule outlawing portable generators. It says the crackdown comes as the country faces an increased risk of power outages. So I'll leave you with that. That's pretty much the end of the video. Just wanted to share the news about the weather and share the stuff about the possibility of Poland getting into the fray with Russia. So please pray for everybody. Stay safe, and God bless you guys. See you guys next time.